Hello, this is our presentation on COVID-19 and depression and anxiety diagnoses. We have our research question: does there exist a relationship between the time period of COVID-19 and a change in mental health diagnoses, such as depression and anxiety? Specifically, does the time period of COVID-19 have an effect on the levels of depression and anxiety of different regions of the United States and different age ranges throughout the COVID-19 time period? So this is our background and prior work. We have our two data sets, and as you can see in Panchal et al. 2021, younger adults, racial, ethnic minorities, essential workers, and unpaid adult caregivers reported having experienced disproportionately worse mental health outcomes, increased substance use, and elevated suicide ideation. This is our intro. We will be skipping this for time purposes. This is our ethics and privacy. As you can see, it's very important to keep our data very sensitive and private. We are working with CDC information. There are many potential ethical infringements. And in order to protect the subjects in the study, all names should be removed, as well as features that could be traceable to identify a subject.
All right, we want to first investigate the change in the proportion of depressed people in US before and during COVID-19. From the second data set, we see that in the survey in 2018, 9.1% people were classified as with depression. In the biweekly update on the mental health status in 2020 to 2021 from CDC, we see that the depression level has an average over 20%. The lower bound of the distribution denoted by the gray area is about 15%. This is strong evidence that during COVID-19 pandemic, more people are depressed.
These are symptoms of depression or anxiety. As we've seen previously, symptoms of anxiety or depression during the COVID time period were at their highest level for 18 to 29-year-olds. It's very interesting to see that the least affected people were 80 years and older. This came as a surprise to us personally, since COVID-19 mostly affected people of older age. However, the social limitations placed by the pandemic were probably a larger cause for depression symptoms in younger aged people. As we have seen previously, symptoms of anxiety or depression during the COVID time period were at the highest level for the Southwest region, and the lowest level was in the Midwest.
We conducted 6 t-tests on the data from CDC. All of them are using the null hypothesis that the two variables are the same. In the 6 t-tests, we reject the null hypothesis for each one of them and conclude that the depression, anxiety, and depression or anxiety differs by region and by age. This is also supported by the data visualization, which shows that Southwest region has higher depression levels than other regions in the US, and younger people have higher depression levels than other age groups. Overall, we see that there are an increase in depression levels during the COVID-19 pandemic. The highest affected communities were Southwest region of the United States and younger people aged 18 to 29 years old. It's hard to pin these communities to being directly affected by COVID-19, as our data do have limitations. For example, the data used to evaluate depression levels in 2018 before the pandemic did not include age and regional differences. While we were able to see that overall increase in levels, we could not break it down by these subsets. Younger aged people, as well as people in the Southwest region, could potentially have higher rates of depression and anxiety in general. And this could not be directly linked to the pandemic. This could be an interesting statistic to evaluate in the future with different data sets. However, this is to not discredit the importance of projects like these ones. In a world where everyone must quarantine and isolate themselves from one another, promoting mental health is very different. Understanding and evaluating trends like this are important for the health and well-being of humans. The study of how societal and social changes affect humans is critical to our understanding of how we can prevent global emergencies, such as COVID-19, from negatively affecting the well-being of our species. Okay, this is our presentation.